My name is Jeff Hartley. I'm a government affairs consultant, which is a sexy way to say I'm a dirty lobbyist. I represent oil and gas. I also represent Rocky Mountain Power and a variety of other interests in the state of Utah. The blue shaded area is the Salt Lake International Airport, and that is the expanded footprint of the airport. That pretty yellow star is where the new prison is going to be built. And the reason that is relevant is because all of that land that is between the airport and where that prison is going to be built is open space. There's between 3,500 and 4,000 acres of developable land there. But if you look at the rectangle of the blue shaded area that's the airport expansion, along that running up and down or north and south, there's a orange stitch line. There's a pipeline there called the UNAV pipeline, Utah Nevada pipeline. That's finished refined product, jet fuel that goes to Nevada. That corridor is a wide corridor. It's wide enough that you could run more pipe in that corridor. So there's been a discussion about running pipeline from the rail on the bottom there along I-80, those black lines, and running a rail line up along the UNAV pipeline to feed the refineries. So you could bring in crude by rail to that point where that open land is. You could create a transloading facility and run oil up to the refineries. Here's just a conceptual configuration of what an inland port could look like. The orange or reddish lines are roads, and the white lines would be rail, where you could bring in by rail a lot of container cars, and you'd have warehousing and storage facilities where you could clear customs. That pipeline potential, that corridor potential, would allow oil by rail to be piped up to the refineries. The 7-county coalition has a study going right now to look at a pipeline that would run from Mighton down to Carbon County for oil, that would allow oil to get to rail down in Carbon County. That's represented by that blue line. You could have oil that would go by pipeline from the basin to Carbon County. It could go by rail, existing rail. It wouldn't need new rail. It could go by existing rail from Carbon County back to Salt Lake. So again, in this area, you could have an energy hub, and it could include storage. It could include storage in rail cars, which they're doing a lot of right now. The refineries, every refinery in North Salt Lake has oil being stored in rail cars right now. But you could have tanks out there. You could have a transfer facility, and you could have pipeline.